Welcome to Computer Retro Bus. The year 1998 was one of the best years for computing. And you know what? It was the first year that I ever built my own computer. So what would I have built if money were no option? What I did build was a Celeron 300A and overclocked it like everybody else at the time. But if I could build anything and didn't have budget restrictions, what would I have built? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to go to. I'm going to build my 1998 dream system. So people that watch my channel know I've been down this path before and it didn't end too well for me, unfortunately. I had a TNT card that ended up destroying the motherboard. If you want to see that disaster, I'll put a link up in the corner. But this is take two, and it's mostly thankful to my awesome viewers, people that donated these parts so I could actually finally realize this dream. I lost a slot A motherboard that day and that terrible video card. So let's have a look at what parts we've got and get on with this system. Okay, so these are the parts, and I'm gonna big thank you to Ads for donating this board. He's an absolute champion. First board he paid for with his own money too, you know, oh my God. So this is a really special one. Video card was donated by Quicksilver, awesome. This is a TNT2. Now, TNT is more period correct, but I can't get hold of a TNT, so TNT2 it's gonna have to be. And what else was released in 98? Oh, the legendary Sound Blaster Live. Yep. And here we go, Pentium II 450. Now this was the king of processors at the time. What did I have? I had a Celeron 300A, of course. This was very expensive, could not afford this. So I've got a Pentium II 450. Now, the one that I have is an OEM one. So these came out of OEM boxes, maybe servers as well, which is why they don't have the fan. They usually had some sort of a shroud or cooling system that sort of did it anyway. Now, they get hot if you don't have proper cooling in the case. So what I've done is designed a bit of a cooler. Check this out. Okay, so I designed this in FreeCAD and it took me far too long because I've never used the program before. So it took me a few hours. Why is it blue? Well, I couldn't get my printer to print, so I sent this over to my good mate, Matt. Said, can you print this for me? He said, yeah, what color do you want? I said, whatever color you have too much of. And you know what? Blue it was. So look at this. The dimensions I got perfectly right. So this is just gonna slide in over the top of the fins. There we go, look at that. Lovely. And just gotta bolt my fan on. There we go, look at that. So I've got a 50mm fan here. That should do a great job just cooling it and pushing out the hot air on the sides. Quickly open up our motherboard. Adds, what a legend. Here we go, he sent me some RAM as well. So RAM's in here, got the IO shield as well. Looks like we've got 256, which is, well, you might have two sticks of it, which is plenty. 64 was the normal for the time. 128 was a luxury. With the Jetway, here we go. Jetway J-7ZXAN. It's gonna match my custom blue fan connector thing. There we go. So, this looks great. All the caps are in excellent condition as well. Look at this. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna get this onto my test bench first. Let's make sure everything's gonna work before I commit to putting it into a case. 256 meg of RAM. Ads has sent me in 512. I'll put one in to test just to make sure we can get a boot, and then we'll see how we go from there. This is awesome. I never had one of these. I really did want one, but couldn't afford it. All right, let's get the Sound Blaster Live in too. Okay, so I've put the dip switches to 4.5 times, which is what we need for the Pentium 450. And you know, if you can't find the documentation, it actually is written on the motherboard. That's pretty cool. So the last thing I need to do is just change this little jumper. It just basically selects between 66 megahertz and 100 megahertz bus. So I need to switch it to 100 megahertz. So 4.5 times 100 megahertz equals 450 megahertz. Okay, the moment of truth. All plugged in, all set up. Let's have a look. All right, let's see how we go. Yeah, cool, fan spinning, that's excellent. Oh, PC speaker in. Oh, beep! Yes! Hey, yes, that is awesome. Fantastic. Look at that, 256 meg of RAM. Everything is working. This is awesome, I'm so pumped. Okay, I'm gonna do one final test. I've plugged in all the 512 meg of RAM. This is ridiculous, 1998. I mean, these are insane. Having 512 meg of RAM was nuts back then. You just wouldn't do it. But, you know, it's a dream build, who cares? We're doing it, all right. Oh yes, look at this, 512 meg of RAM. That's nuts. 1998, This is like, you know, maybe a server might have this, but not your regular gaming machine, that's for sure. Now that I know that it works, I'm gonna get it into an awesome case. Okay, so here's the case. I'm gonna put it inside. This was a black case that I turned to beige. I love this case. It's been waiting for a while for a system to house it. The one thing I did with this one is the outside's beige, inside was a ruby red, giving it a bit of a two-tone effect. So yeah, can't wait to get the system in this. All right, first thing, let's get that IO shield in there. All right, let's get this beauty in here. I'm gonna assume that BIOS battery is dead, so I will replace that also. Okay, let's get the video card in. Soundblast live in. For a hard drive, I'm gonna try this, see if it works. It's a 40 gigabyte out of an Acer, max the hard drive. So some of these BIOSes can't recognize over 32 gig. See how I go. This does have a cap limit enable, so worst case, I can try that. But yeah, plenty of hard drive for 1998. Awesome. So I've plugged the 40 gig hard drive in and it detects the full amount. How awesome is that? Which is fantastic. Okay, so I got Windows 98 installed, and you know, you gotta go to the Plus pack, you know, get those extra themes and wallpapers. This is a theme that I used a lot and I absolutely loved it inside your computer. This was so cool. All right, let's get to some games. Okay, so what we're gonna do is play these games in chronological release. March 1998. Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit was released, so let's start with that one. This is exactly the type of game that I would have loved to have played in 98 with the system that I had, but you know, didn't have these sorts of specs. TNT, Sound Blast Alive. Oh yeah, 60 FPS on this as well, even with all the trees and stuff. This looks great.
1, go!
Yeah. Oh, it feels so responsive as well. Looking great. Looks so cool. Look at it, 60. Oh man, he's ran me off the road. Oh, look at that. The effects on the screen as well, the snow effects. That's so cool. They did that with the Need for Speed 2. I remember when you went through on the snow stage or rain would start hitting the screen. That was so cool. But only if you had a 3DFX card, of course. Yes, this just locked on 60. This looks so good. Fantastic. Wow. Look at the road. Textures look so good. Car is ridiculously shiny as usual. TNT2 is absolutely killing it. You know, I know it was not made in 98. It's a 1999 card, but oh, look at it. Loving it. Oh man, I tell you, what I would have given to have this system in 98. Yeah. All right, I have to move on to the next one. Even though I don't want to, I'm just having so much fun. This is so good. 1998 and this absolute banger, this gem, this amazing game, Unreal, gets released. Look at this. Wow. Okay. Frame rates are taking a hit, you know, this, but look at this. Wow. I mean, everyone remembers the first time they saw this castle fly through. And it was just a wow moment of, man, PC graphics can look like this. Yeah, this was crazy. Look at these frame rates. This is pretty damn good. I had an i740. Definitely did not get these frame rates, I can tell you that much. This looks pretty damn good. This is running at 1024 768. Yeah, look at this, up to 60 here. Now when the whole castle gets in our screen is when usually is going to drop the frame rate. It's just rendering so many polygons and textures, but look at that. Still looking good. Oh, yes. Ah, that reflective marble on that floor looking great. Right, let's get into a game. Yeah, this is looking amazing and this frame rate is ridiculously good. Oh, wow. Oh man, I tell you what, they are kicking my ass here. Oh, it's getting, oh man. Wow, that's it. The bots were vicious in this game, weren't they? Unbelievable. I haven't got a kill yet. So yes, this game does run on Direct 3D. In Unreal Gold, you can select Direct 3D as your renderer. The original one, you had to have very particular cards like the 3DFX or Power VR, I believe. So yeah, I remember the first time I played it was with my original Voodoo 1, 3DFX Voodoo 1. And yeah, it was not running at these sorts of frame rates, that's for sure. Oh yeah, this runs amazing. At 1024 768, yeah, wow. I can't remember what resolution I played. I think it might have been like 640 by 480 when I actually played the single player campaign. This is peak gaming specs for 1998 when this game was released. So only a select few played it at these sorts of frame rates and had this sort of experience. Obviously, the thing that the TNT and Nvidia did was 32-bit color, but it came with a steep price. You know, so look at these frame rates. What I'll do is I'll switch it to 32-bit color and let's see how we go. 16-bit, let's change that to 32-bit color. Now the Voodoos obviously couldn't do these 3FX cards, couldn't do 32-bit color. The textures do look amazing, the lighting does look nicer. Oh, yeah, struggling now. Yeah, definitely, yeah. When there's a lot going on, look at this, down to 10 frames per second. Yeah, so 32-bit color comes with a steep price. There you go, unreal, you know, what a game. Another absolute blockbuster from the year 1998. September 1998, Colin McRae Rally is released. This was an awesome game. Rally games in general were really big back then. So let's have a look how we go with this. So this had many APIs. You actually select the video card you want before you install it. So I have set it for NVIDIA River. That's probably the closest I've got. So let's go 640 by 480. Let's push it, we'll go high quality textures. Oh yeah, this is looking pretty cool. The frame rate's looking pretty good. It feels very smooth, very responsive. This was a tough game. You know, you couldn't just go burning into crazy corners. It was a bit more simulatory. You know, you had to be, you couldn't be reckless and just bounce off walls. I do remember this pushing my system, definitely with my little tiny i740. Yeah, it definitely struggled. This is a really good frame rate. Yeah, I used to love playing this. Me and my brother used to play it together. See who sort of got the best times for each track. It was yeah, excellent times. Yeah, it's great. I loved playing this game, just going through all the tracks, you know, trying to win the championship. Yeah, it was fantastic. Really great game. Excellent for its time. Yeah, that frame rate is just locked on 35, isn't it, this time? It's not moving. In the late 90s, everyone wanted a Subaru Impreza. It was a fantastic car, little 4-cylinder turbo. They could really move. I had a couple of friends that did getting one. Yeah, look at that. It doesn't get better than that, does it? It did not budge off 35 frames per second. Look at that. Handled it with absolute ease. Yeah, there we go. I came top 3. All right, well done. There we go. Colin McRae Rally running. Fantastic. Okay, we're in November 98 now, and Sin was released. So this is an OpenGL game based on the Quake 2 engine. This game did get a lot of press and there's a lot of anticipation, but it did get delayed, I recall. And you know, unfortunately, a month later, Half-Life got released and took all its thunder. But otherwise, you know, I actually had this game and played it. Never ended up finishing it though. It did start getting a bit stale. In 98, as we can see, lots of awesome games were coming out in 98. So, you know, you had to be pretty special to keep gamers' attention back then. You know, the graphics were not the best. They really were. They really felt towards the end of the generation, to be honest. Here we go, he's stuck. AI, we can see, is not the best either. Frame rate is looking not too bad. The particle stuff, you know, gives it away straight away that it's a Quake 2 based engine, isn't it? Okay, so we're 640 by 480 in default OpenGL. But I do believe this was a modified Quake 2 engine, so I'm sure if I played Quake 2, I'd probably get much better frame rates than this. You can see the environment does have more to it as well. Quake 2's environments were a bit more basic. What the rats are killing me. Are you kidding me? Oh, like, why is my health going down? Oh, the rats apparently. There you go. Anyway, it is an interesting game. Yeah. Like I say, I never went through and finished it myself, but yeah, it was fun enough. Tell me, how did you go? Did you end up playing this game? Anyway, there we go. Okay, so at the end of 98 now, November, and this gem, you know, people build systems just to play this. So this was an awesome game. So let's have a look at our settings. All right, so I'm gonna go OpenGL. NVIDIA cards loved OpenGL. So I'm gonna go, let's go 1024-768. And for audio, you know, we've got the Sound Blaster live, so let's go EAX. Frame rate is looking good. I mean, this is 1024-768, so this is awesome. The environmental audio is so good in this. When I try and close the door, watch this. Where the sound pans and positions itself, it's really good. Can't recall what resolution I played this at, probably 640 by 480. I think I still had my 740 when this came out, and but you know what? This game got a lot of people to upgrade, that's for sure. And then all the mods that came out afterwards for this game, wow. CS being the big one. But you know, so was Team Fortress Classic, that was a great one as well. And you know, playing at 1024 by 768, just so much sharper. It really is. It was my favorite resolution by far. And look at this, 50 frames. This is great. Oh, there's G-Man. I start these things off as just a benchmarking, but before you know it, I'm like 2-3 levels in. It just shows you what an awesome game it was. And this performance for this game is just next level. This is fantastic. Look at this. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Reluctantly. Okay, let's see how this system would have lasted, you know, 1 year on. Late 99, Quake 3 Arena was released. So let's give that a go. Oh, these frame rates are looking pretty damn good. You know, a year was a very long time for hardware back then. Your computer became obsolete very quickly, so this is looking really good. A year onwards, an A-grade title, and it's running it really well. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Quake 3 Arena running awesome. So there you go, you know, 98 was the most epic year in PC computing, in my opinion. You know, so many awesome things were released in that year. Obviously, Windows 98, you had the Voodoo 2 come out, you had awesome games that I haven't even mentioned, like StarCraft, Grim Fandango, Thief, all those things. It was just an awesome time to be in computing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun building my dream computer. It was awesome. Big thank you to the guys that provided the hardware. Could not have done this without you. Also, thank you to all my supporters. Really appreciate you guys. If you would like to support my channel, links are in the description. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.